Hello everybody, here we are at RSC 2009, the Rational Software Conference in Orlando, Florida, and I've got another guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Ken King. I'm the Vice President responsible for both the Telelogic integration and the Rational Systems business leader.
This is actually your second time, I think, on Red Monk TV. I remember back at last year at RSDC, as it was called then. Yep. We were talking about the Telelogic acquisition, and
it just happened.
That's right. and I thought it would be a good time, that being I guess a little over a year or so ago, like to catch up on how Telelogic and system stuff has been going at Rational.
Well, I think the Telelogic guys will tell you it's been fast and furious. A lot of activity around integrating Telelogic into IBM. That involves integrating their people, integrating their business processes, and now they're pretty fully integrated for the most part into IBM, using IBM's business processes, and of course integrating their products. We've had a lot of interactions with their customers. We've now got a very integrated sales force as well. The Telelogic team is well integrated. We've built out a systems organization within Rational, and it's made up of both Telelogic and Rational people, but a lot of the core competency comes from the systems capabilities and the systems knowledge that is in the heads of the Telelogic team. So we've really, I guess I could say the best way to say this, in the last year we've really accelerated our focus on the complex and embedded systems market, leveraging the Telelogic team as the core construct or core element of that. There's also been a lot of work done around the Telelogic products. The initial, we call Blue Wash, which is transitioning the products into IBM's environment, was delivered last November. But the most recent release, which came out in June, basically the entire Telelogic portfolio, and actually I think today's the official day of availability of the product set, has got a lot of new capabilities and function and features across the Telelogic portfolio. And we've actually announced, and this includes some Rational products as well, we've announced the Rational software platform for systems.
Right.
So it basically delivers an integrated environment for helping customers use software end-to-end across the entire software lifecycle in a complex or embedded systems environment, and has capabilities for integration with mechanical and electronical elements of those systems as well. So there's some products that make sense and fit in both the IT space and the systems space, but we're focusing very aggressively on ensuring we have that integrated environment for systems as well. A lot of the products in that platform come from Telelogic. Some come from Rational as well, but the point is that by integrating and leveraging the capabilities for systems coming from Telelogic, like Rhapsody's strong SysML skill capabilities, Door's ability to manage really complex requirements across a hierarchy of system, subsystem, component level, the capability in Focal Point for managing product and portfolio management, and I can go on and on.
Right.
Even system architect and very complex DoD and aerospace environments. These are all core capabilities for us to really accelerate our skills and our competencies in the system space.
Right.
So this has all been going on in the last year. It's been, as I said, it's been a wild and woolly year, because integrating people, integrating processes, and integrating technology, that's a lot of activity.
At the keynote this morning, Al Zoller was up there talking, and in an interesting way, thinking about a year or so ago, connecting together all the dynamic infrastructure stuff that Tivoli talks about with the kind of systems-oriented stuff, if you will, in Rational, which seemed like a sort of a viable connection to be had there. And so it seems like there's been some sort of pulling in of Telelogic concerns, if you will, into very high-level IBM think, and getting some cross-brand sort of collaboration going there.
Absolutely. As you look at, and you've probably heard a lot about Smarter Planet.
Sure.
And our more recent leadership has been in the smarter products side of Smarter Planet, which is enabling customers to be able to develop and produce products that are smarter. Smarter cars, smarter planes, smarter medical devices that leverage more effectively sensors and the software in those products for greater levels of innovation. But that's not where the story ends. Those products then, to make them really smart and to help deliver capabilities for a much smarter planet, those products have to be consumed in the ecosystem. So how does a car interact with traffic systems to make a more efficient traffic environment and have less issues with with smog and so forth. How does that car interact with that system? Then the management side of it. How do you develop the management capabilities? I love using the iPod example. And when you think about an iPod, what's really compelling about it? Well, people love the small footprint of it and how they can get their songs easily. But the thing that really drove it to the kind of market share leadership it has is how it's consumed and managed. So how does it relate to iTunes and how easy it is to have a web-based environment for being able to bring your tunes or your music into the iPod, and how do you manage that? The ecosystem around that of how Apple has successfully integrated that with the music distribution system and music suppliers and the financial and business model around that. In a lot of cases, that's where the innovation comes in these new manufactured products or systems, is in how they interact with their ecosystem, how they're consumed and how they're managed. And that management asset of it, or aspect of it, which is what Tivoli's core competency is, service management, asset management, that really integrates very nicely with our smarter product story when you think about it from an end-to-end perspective.
Great. Well, thanks for spending all this time to catch us up on the Telelogic blue washing, as it were. It's always good to hear about.
Happy to do it, and hopefully you've seen a lot of the Telelogic people roaming around RSC this year.
Sure. There's a whole track for system stuff, if I remember. So
yeah, we call it innovation, and it's a very extensive track as well. And very well represented.
You'll have to make a little pin with like a soldering iron for them. Maybe that can be their distinguishing mark.
Let's come up with something better than soldering iron. But I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's becoming a much more significant part of our go-to-market strategy.
Right.
And investment. So you'll see more of it as we go through the next year, and we'll probably have a lot more to talk to you about at next RSC.
Well, that sounds good. Well, thanks again.